Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is DaReal. We are here with some NBA 2K Mobile. In today's video, we will be discussing a brand new theme that just dropped yesterday, the 2020 rookies. But we will also in this video break down the stats, tell you who the top rookies are for each position, each rarity, and overall the top rookies for the 2020 theme. Alright, so enough with that said, let's get into this video and let's break everything down. So this theme brings 3 new amethysts, 4 new rubies, 4 new sapphires, 4 new emeralds, and 6 new gold cards. As far as the craftable cards, you have an opportunity to craft a amethyst rookie Zion Williamson, a sapphire Rui Hibbert, a gold Luka Samanic, a gold Chuma Okeke, and a gold Goga Bitadze. And I apologize if I got these names wrong. So those are the cards that you can craft in this theme. Now let's break down each position, which cards you should be trying to either upgrade, craft, or target in your collection. Alright, so let's break down the point guards. The lowest rated point guard in this theme, believe it or not, is Amethyst Ja Morant. I was super surprised by this, but it makes sense. So Ja Morant overall stat average is a 3.7. Now the way we compiled the stat averages, we took all the stats between shoot-off dribble all the way up to defending, and we did a calculation based off of all those stats together and came up with this number. Now his overall stat average again is a 3.7, but what really hurt Ja Morant is the fact that he has a 2 in post scoring, a 2 in strength, and compared to the other point guards, his shooting was also fairly low as well, because he had a 4 in mid-range shooting, a 4 3-point shot, and a 4 off a shoot-off dribble. Ja Morant's strongest areas was a 5 in agility and a 5 in playmaking. So really the best thing to go about with Ja Morant is to equip a mentor from season 1, right? Those are players that carried over that allow you to apply a stat attribute boost to your player. If you don't have mentors, then focus with the gears and try to bring up areas where you think will help Ja Morant the most. Realistically, maybe you want to focus on shooting, since rebounding and strength and post scoring will still be pretty low regardless of what you do. But if you do want to focus on that, you can do that too and change his whole style of play, which is fine, right? Because he is a explosive player, so he can get to the lane easily and set up a post up if he needs to, or dunk on somebody. So that's Ja Morant. Next, you got Ruby Coby White. Now, Coby White, as you know, is a scorer. He scored 7 3-pointers the other night in the 4th quarter. He was on fire, and it definitely is indicated in his stats, right? His strongest areas is a 5 in mid-range shooting, 3-point shot, agility, playmaking, along with shoot-off dribble. Kobe's areas of opportunity is post-scoring, where he got a 2, and rebounding. So you can boost up those stats, or you can maybe bring up his layups and dunks, which is a 3. So it's totally up to you, but he comes in at a 3.9. And overall, based off the stats, the best point guard is Darius Garland, and it's a Ruby card. He comes in at a 4 overall. His areas of opportunity would be post scoring as well and strength. So those are kind of categories you would usually see for the point guard position in this game. I'm starting to notice that more and more when I do these breakdowns. And rebounding. So you can try to bring those up, or you could take his categories where he has a 5 and try to make them a 6 or 7, right? Because he has a 5 in a lot of categories: shoot off dribble, mid-range shooting, 3-point shot, agility, and playmaking. So overall, Darius Garland is pretty solid. So now let's get into the shooting guard position. Now, out of those cards, none can be crafted. All right, so now for the shooting guard position, the lowest rated is Matisse Thybulle. Has a 3.3 overall. Strongest category is defending, which is a 5. But aside from that, there's a lot of 3s and 4s, with some categories getting a 2, specifically shoot off dribble, which is pretty low for a shooting guard, right? That's normally one of their highest categories. And then he has a 3 scattered around in multiple categories. Now, this one, the next card, I believe also needs to be buffed as well. And the comment section is already roaring about it. And that's mainly because they saw the rarity and freaked out. But the stats also need to be raised. So this is Emerald Tyler Hero. He has an overall of 3.5. He's really struggling in post scoring and rebounding, both having a 2. His strongest area is just 3-point shot, which is a 5, but he doesn't have any other 5s, right? He has a 4 in shoot off dribble, 4 off of mid-range shooting, a 4 of agility and strength, along with playmaking. So definitely can use a boost in some of those categories. Next after that, you have at 3.6, Emerald Romeo Langford. His strongest category is agility and mid-range shooting, with the area of opportunities being post-scoring, rebounding, and strength. Next, you got at 3.7, Gold Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He has a 5 in playmaking, which is really good. But then the rest of the areas is a lot of 4s. He's got a 4 in defending, strength, agility, post-scoring, mid-range shooting, and shoot-off dribble. Areas of opportunity is a 3 in layups and dunks, a 2 in rebounding, and a 3 in three-point shot. And then last but not least, the top shooting guard based off the stats is Rui Hibbert. Jared Culver has a 5 in playmaking, 5 in agility, and a 5 in mid-range shooting. Area of opportunity would be strength and post-scoring, both coming in at a 3. But other than that, overall, he's pretty solid. Now, out of these cards, the only 2 that can be crafted is Tyler Hero and Matisse Thybulle. So for all the Tyler Hero fans, at least you get an opportunity to try to earn them. You need the collectibles to craft them. You can get collectibles from a couple methods. 1, the easiest way is to buy packs. 2, just grind the events, right? Usually the collectibles is like the 2nd or 3rd tier reward. So you can get that easily by grinding. And also at times it's a reward given out for the leaderboard status. If you can rank inside the leaderboard, you can probably get a collectible as well. So over the, there's 3 events in total. By the end of the event, you can rack out a good amount of collectibles. All right, so for the small forwards, the lowest rated is Sapphire Cam Reddish. Cameron Reddish has a 5 in agility, and then his areas of opportunities is post scoring and rebounding, both coming in at a 2. Then you got Sapphire Cameron Johnson coming in at a 3.9. Strongest areas is 3-point shot, which is a 5. Has a lot of 4 scattered around. Lowest category is playmaking and defending, all coming in at a 3. Then you have at a 4 overall, Chuma Okeke, and this is a gold rated. Chuma has a 5 in defending, a 5 in 3-point shot. Lowest category is post scoring and layups and dunks, coming in at a 3. Then you have Ruby DeAndre Hunter, who has a 5 in agility, a 5 in 3-point shot. Lowest category is post scoring, and that's a 3. So the rest is 4. As you can see, the players are getting really better at the small forward position. Then you have my man, and this is the player that I want to get, Amethyst RJ Barrett, coming in at a 4.1 as well. Playmaking is a 5, agility is a 5, mid-range shooting is a 5, and shoot-off dribble is a 5. Lowest categories are a 3 in post scoring and a 3 rebounding, along with strength. And those are easy to boost up. So RJ Barrett at the end, after adding gears and mentors, could be a pretty good player. And then last but not least, at a 4.2 is Emerald Silku Dumbuya. And he has a 5 in strength, 5 in agility, 5 in layups and dunks. Lowest categories is playmaking, which is a 3. Other than that, everything else is a 4, so pretty solid overall. Now let's get into the power forward position. Out of the small forwards, the only one that can be crafted is Gold Chuma Okeke. The power forward position is smaller than the other categories, but it has the most players that can be crafted. So we'll start with the lowest rated, and they're all pretty good. So the lowest rated, as you can see, is 3.9. And that is PJ Washington, who has no 5s. All his categories are 4, for the exception of playmaking, and that's a 3. Then you got rookie Gold Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark has a 5 in agility. Lowest category is a 3-point shot, which is a 3. Everything else is a 4. Then at 4.1 overall is Luka Samanic. Luka Samanic has a 5 in agility, and then every other category is a 4. Next, you got Rui Hachimura, who's a sapphire. Overall rating of 4.3. Has a 5 in strength, agility, mid-range shooting, layups and dunks, but has a 3 in playmaking. And that's a stat you can easily boost up. So he's 4.3 overall. That's pretty solid. And then last but not least, you got Amethyst Zion Williamson. Can't wait for him to come back to the NBA, man. This injury is delaying the greatness. But, rest up, prayers up, and I hope the recovery goes as planned, right? So Zion comes in at a 4.3 overall as well, same as Rui. He has a 5 in strength, 5 in agility, 5 in layups and dunks, and every other category is a 4. So Zion is really good, and Zion could be crafted. So out of this tier, the only player that cannot be crafted is Brandon Clark. Everyone else can be. So this is an opportunity for you to boost up the power forward position. It's one that's lacking in the game, especially for the Amethyst position, right? Because now it gives you a total of 7. Last but not least is get into the center position. We'll do the breakdowns of the top players overall. Center position only has 2 players. The lowest is a 3.4, and that is Sapphire Jackson Hayes. He has a 1 in playmaking, 2 in 3-point shot, and a 2 in shoot-off dribble. So that really drags down his score. Because aside from that, he has a 5 in layups and dunks, and then the other categories I didn't mention were a 4. Then last but not least, you got at a 3.9, Goga Bitadze, who has a 5 in rebounding, 5 in strength. Lowest category is a 3, and that's shoot-off dribble, agility, and defending. So overall is a 3.9. Both of these cards can be crafted. So those are the ratings for every position. So now let's go into just in general, let's talk like the best cards, right? So the best cards for the point guard position, and we're doing this by lowest to highest. Ja Morant is the lowest. That's Amethyst Ja Morant is the lowest. Ruby Kobe White, and then Ruby Darius Garland. For the shooting guard position, the top 5 is Gold Matisse Thybulle, Emerald Tyler Hero, Emerald Romeo Langford, Gold Nickeil Alexander Walker, and Ruby Jarrett Culver. For the small forward position, you got Sapphire Cameron Johnson, Gold Chuma Okeke, Ruby DeAndre Hunter, Amethyst RJ Barrett, and Emerald Suku Dumbuya. And I apologize for messing that name up. Then for the power forward, you got Emerald PJ Washington, Gold Brandon Clark, Gold Luka Samanic, Emerald Rui Hachimura, and Amethyst Zion Williamson. And then for the center position, you got Sapphire Jackson Hayes and Gold Goga Bitadze. As far as the craftable cards, I'll rank them again from lowest to highest. You got Goga Bitadze, Chuma Okeke, Luka Samanic, Rui Hachimura, and Zion Williamson. This is to have the top rookies for each position. You will need this team: Ruby Darius Garland at point guard, Ruby Jarrett Culver at shooting guard, Emerald Suku Dumbuya at Emerald, Emerald Duka Dumbuya at small forward, Amethyst Zion Williamson at power forward, and Gold Goga Bitadze at center. That's the top team overall based off of stats. So that is it. I think we broke this 2020 rookies theme down. We gave all the stats. We told you who's included, who can be crafted, top players for each position, top players overall, and the lineup that would have the top team. So I think we covered a lot. If you enjoy this content, definitely share it, like it, spread it around the community so that we can get some more exposure on this channel and we can really have fun going forward with future videos. All right, so again, thank you for everything. I have honestly a week and a half of content lined up. So we got a lot of ideas that we're going to work on, and hopefully in between some more new updates come out for 2K, whether it's a code or a possible update, right? It's going to be some exciting times. Hopefully one of those occur. And then from there, we'll figure out what we're going to do, right? We'll definitely finish some streams in between all that. Make it Sundays a day where I stream different content, or maybe taking some of that content and streaming on Twitch, right? I got to figure it out. But other than that, appreciate all the support you've been showing on the channel. Thank you. Peace out.